Good morning. Welcome to MacBean Scottish Fitness. Farms prepping and all that other good stuff. It's a beautiful Thursday morning. I'm heading off my first delivery. 2 stops. That make me decent money. It was well worth hitting the accept button. Yesterday I did really well. If I do really well today and tomorrow, I might actually be able to do something fun on Saturday. That is the plan. Plus, pay some bills. So, remember, man does not live on bread alone. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Just get out there and enjoy yourself. Somebody told me that wasn't me. Inquiring minds want to know. So I want to thank everybody that supports the channel. Christopher, Mike, Josh, Mark, Larry, Kevin, Runner Boy, Ark Wildman Survival, Jimmy and Justin, and a lot of you other ones that are regulars, Kelly and Rambo, different Kelly, but Kelly and Rambo, and those that are always stopping by. Wild World of Trains, The Body Beatdown, Astronomicus, Runner Boy, Last Chance Knives, LCK Fitness, the Ghetto Bodybuilder. I like watching him. He's very motivating. I wish I had his type of energy, and I may have had it when I was his age. All those are good channels to watch and are very motivating and well worth your time. So, what's going on in the channel? Well, I posted a ton of videos on my secondary channel, which is the MacBean Prepping and Wildlife video, and trying to sit there and see if I can get up to 1,000 subscribers. So far, I've gained 5 subscribers in 2 days' work. And like I said, it's my backup channel. It's whenever I want to go on a major rant that I think that somebody might get bothered by and complain to YouTube. So I use it to protect my main channel. And a lot of creators do so. What I'm seeing out there is a lot of people are starting to get burned out on the creating side. And I understand it. The only reason I keep doing these videos is because of the feedback I get from subscribers saying how I motivate them to keep working out. Because it's not the money. I average 50 to 60 bucks a month on good months. So about every other month I get a paycheck from YouTube that allows me to either make a payment on a big payment on a credit card or take the wife out for dinner and some brews, which usually I spend it taking the wife out. So a lot of creators that are probably in the 10,000 to 50,000 subscriber levels, most of us are not doing it for the income because it's not there anymore. It used to be. I used to make a couple hundred a month consistently. And I gotta imagine the channels that were much larger than me are probably making about $1,000, maybe $2,000, and that's good money. I mean, you're gonna work hard for it. And to see some of these channels are still putting out the same amount of content and putting forth the same amount of effort is really my hats off to them. Because I know, and I've talked to a few of them, I know that their income has dropped by half, if not 2/3, as mine has. So, folks, I don't do this because it's going to make me a lot of money. I do it because I'm trying to share my experience, and I'm trying to share my mindset that no matter what your age is, no matter what your physical shape is, there is a benefit to just get in the gym or lift or just get active. Doesn't mean you have to lift the big weights like I do. Doesn't mean you have to go in there and work out 3 hours a day, but if you do, that's great. But if you can get 30 minutes a day, 3 days a week, your physical fitness will improve. Your heart health and your circulatory system health will improve. Your mental health will improve. When you feel better about yourself physically, just feel better. You know, I went from this level to this level. You're happier. Trust me. Because when I get injured or I get lazy and I get away from the gym for a while, I get angry at the person who's just his fault. Me. I put the blame where it belongs, and it belongs at me. Alright? I'm the one person that's going to motivate myself. Now, people can be motivating. I can be motivating to you, but when you go in the gym, I didn't motivate you in the gym. I helped. You motivated yourself. You made that decision. You went in there, and you got it done. And congratulations on that. So, next couple days, I'm going to pop a lot of videos on my secondary channel and see what sort of effect it has. I'm not expecting much. Instagram, I'm getting a little bit more political because they're not paying it. I don't care. Before, I would, stuff I would post on Facebook would go to Instagram, and I'd go in there and delete it because I just didn't want people going, "Oh, you're one of those. Well, I'm leaving you. I'm going to take my toys and go home." Okay, all right. Adult much? Probably not. No, I don't care. Not that I post anything bad. If anybody's been following me for a long time, I'm a pretty calm guy for the most part. I have that occasional rant, and I usually think it's a good reason to have that rant. Otherwise, I'm fairly easy to get along with. I have fun. I'm looking forward this weekend to have fun. We're going to hang out with some friends and at a banquet, have some good food, maybe win some stuff. Who knows? But these are the things you have to do. So yesterday I missed the gym because I was really busy earning money. So I don't mind doing that, but I don't want to make a habit of it. Listen to the gym part. Making the money, yes, I want to make a habit of that. So today will probably be a bench day. I was playing around with doing it yesterday, so it was probably good that I did a rest day. When I say a rest day, it's not really a rest day. I move a lot of metal at work. All right, I get a workout at work. The tooling that I move, of course, I'm on a smaller furnace now, so the tooling's only about 35, 45 pounds. The light weights, baby. But I'm still, moving, probably 200 pieces of it, at least, during a work shift. Now, when I'm on the big furnace, it's 35 to 75 pounds, and I'm still moving those 200 pieces. So I'm getting a good upper body, somewhat of a lower body workout at that, which is why I like the job. I like a physical job. Let's get to know people. So, good start this morning. I'm looking forward to maybe popping a few deliveries first thing in the morning, come home, have my big shake, and then try to slip to the gym and pump out some iron. Hopefully I'll run into one of the guys that can sit there and spot me so I can go heavy. It would be nice if I could get 375 up today. But if not, then on Friday, or maybe I go in after work. Just do a all-around workout. You can find time to do this stuff. The ghetto bodybuilder, he's in there early in the morning. He's working out. I mean, he's just hitting it when I'm just getting myself up. And then there he is again in the evening, hitting it again. So my hat's off to him. He really works it hard. Hopefully I'll see him at the Arnold's Classic in March next year, where I will be competing. So anyway, we'll start the day off. I wish everybody a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. Remember, rest, nutrition, proper exercise, hydration. Just get in the gym and lift. Alrighty, so it's 9 a.m. I've already gotten 2 deliveries knocked out. Early bird gets the worm. That's why I start so early. And then I head back home and make my shake and try to get some chores done, and then turn the app back on and see if there's more money to be made. It seems like the early morning I'm guaranteed 1 or 2. just because I'm one of the few that are up. So early bird gets the worm, as they say. Today should be a fairly easy day at work. So I'm going to try to do a premiere, and I'll be in live chat. So hopefully everybody joins in and gets chatty and says hello to each other, and it kind of helps things going. Once again, I'm just on the YouTube channel. I'm posting a lot of smaller, older videos on my secondary channel, the MacBean's Farms and Prepping and Wildlife. I try to see if I can get that up to 1,000 subscribers. If I do, great. If I don't, no biggie. And Instagram, I'm not really worried about what I post there for the time being because they've cut the bonuses off, so the incentive to put a lot of material out on it is no longer there. And I was playing around with TikTok, but unless you do something like really drastic and just trying to upset at least half the people out there, you're really not going to get a lot of attention on that. So I kind of play with it every now and then, but I don't worry too much about it. So remember, nutrition, key, sleep, key. I slept really good last night. I have been taking magnesium before I go to bed, and that definitely helps me get a better full night's rest. And I think getting up earlier, so the time I get home at night, I am more apt to get some sleep helps. So shout out to everybody that follows my channel. I appreciate it. And next up will be me making a shake. Alrighty, look what we got up here. I'll zoom in on them. Oh, white-tailed hawk. I'll zoom in until I see some traffic coming. I think it's a red tail. It just popped up here just before my driveway. Alrighty, let's do our little walk out to the garden. Had me a garden party. Invited all my friends. So I'm going to go and grab me some lettuce. And some peppers and a tomato or two. And if I get the chance, if I don't end up getting busy, I'm going to make some BLTs. I still have the driver app on, and it'll usually tell me when something is coming up as long as I'm watching it. That's the main thing. You have to be watching it. If you don't watch it, you'll miss out. There we go. Had to dump the food bucket. So here we'll just push this right here where it's a nice view. And there we go. We got our lettuce. So I'm going to cook up a bunch of bacon. So I'm going to need a lot of lettuce. And you have to kind of make sure you pick it before it goes to seed. You can see these are going to seed. Once it goes to seed, it gets pretty sour. But I'm going to let those go to seed. And I'll pick these out here, and that should be plenty of lettuce. So now I'm going to kind of strategically pick the peppers here. I'm just looking for maybe some large ones. And the ones that I see they're kind of getting that mold, I just get rid of. That's good. That one's good. And probably should bring the garden hose out here and get some water on it. Another meter I'm going to grab. There we go. Doing pretty good there. There's today's harvest. Looking good in the neighborhood. Back to part two. Sometimes you just get that idea that I need to do something. So you just get out there and do it. So we haven't had rain for a while. But definitely the tomatoes and everything. I know you can't see me. I'll be back over there. Throwing some water over here on the tomatoes. Trying to get them to perk up before the cold weather comes. I think I got another week still before all goes to naught. Another tomato. I think I'm going to grab it. Yeah. Grab that one before it gets ruined. So I'm throwing some water on the tomatoes here. I'll be in view here pretty quick with the green peppers. Sometimes you just need to do that. So we hadn't watered them for a while. And it shows. You can see them kind of getting a little wilted, so we'll give them a nice, healthy water here. And probably by next week, it'll be time to pull them out of the grow bags and put them in smaller pots and bring them in the house. Now, I don't think I'll be able to do all 9 plants, but I probably want to do at least 3, usually 2 bell peppers and 1 jalapeno. Because they will produce a lot more peppers and a lot more quickly because they'll have a significant root system when I transplant them. So I figured I better get some water on the subject here. Got me another tomato. It'll ripen up once I get it into the house. A couple days. Hopefully I'll be able to cook up some BLTs here after 10 o'clock. I got the app set till 10 o'clock to get offers. If I don't get one by then, and I'm going to spend the time doing some cooking. There we go. Sometimes you just kind of gotta remember, and sometimes you gotta turn this like halfway because it's wanting to drip, and I don't want it to drip. So, got a mater. Now let's go and make a shake. Alrighty, time to make a shake. So I've got my sponsor was not Fairlife, but I drink Fairlife because it's got half the sugar and more protein. We're going to run on about it. It's got 13 grams per 8 ounce serving versus 8 grams per 8 ounces of regular milk. And when people say, "Oh, I get my protein from almond milk," no, you don't. It only has 1 gram. So it ain't happening. Incredible edible egg. Now, a lot of times I get these are unwashed, and that's okay because, to be honest with you, until they wash them, you're not getting you don't have to worry about how long you have them for a while because they have kind of a coating over them. So there I got 7 eggs I'm going to put in there. I'm going to give them a pre-rinse. Just get some of the covering off of it. So when I break the shells, I'm not getting all that garbage on it. So I'm not getting them perfectly clean, but I'm getting them cleaner. And any sort of bacteria that might have been hanging on there is not going to survive the salty hot water that I have. And I'm rolling in there pretty good, because then the actual hot cleaner. So the incredible edible egg, I knocked those in there. And these are smaller eggs. Maintenance guy gives them to me at work, which I appreciate. And this is the best way to get nutrition. Now I'm probably going to do this in series because I want to check to make sure I'm not missing out. Missing out on any offer. That's the only problem is I almost need to get a dedicated phone just for putting out movies. If my channel would ever get where it would justify that. Right now, it doesn't justify it. But if I ever get where I'm making hundreds of dollars a month instead of tens of dollars, then I'd say, okay, let's invest. But for right now, we'll go with what I have. I know Michael uses a GoPro, which I would like to use too, but with the phone it's just easier for me to combine the videos and do all the editing and all that good stuff. So a little ice in there kind of makes it a little more drinkable. So I got that settling. Let's get some vitamins, minerals I take. So I take a one a day, kind of a catch-all. Then I take collagen. And I've noticed my nails have been growing faster. Hair hasn't, but. And then I take the moringa for breathing, and it has made a huge difference. I breathe so much better. Pretty much the asthma has pretty much went away. And then I'll take other ones throughout the day in that. So there's more of the incredible little eggs. I got my maters. I got my peppers. And then if I don't get any offers, it will be time to make some BLTs. So I'll start that at 10 o'clock, knowing that I won't get interrupted. Right now it's 9:32. I've been up since 6 a.m. Already made 2 deliveries in Pontiac and Chenoa and Dwight. Oh, that's so good. That's eating good in the neighborhood. So I'm gonna pause and check for business. Gotta check my business. Alrighty. So now let's while I'm slowly drinking that, let's get prepped for lettuce. So what you do is you pull the leaves off, and then I rinse them off. Why you rinse them off? Well, get dust off, things like that, and then plus I want to make sure there's no hitchhikers. And I don't use any pesticides or herbicides. So basically, I don't have to worry about any unusual chemicals in there.
I like the leaf lettuce over the head lettuce. The leaf lettuce, I can see everything, so nothing's gonna sneak in there. Head lettuce, maybe not so much. And it grows easier. This is pretty much plant and forget. It really is. It's very easy to grow. You can, if you watch my videos, you see how I started with it in a grow bag. I planted it late. And the nice thing about lettuce, this type of lettuce, it'll come up through snow. So it's a very hardy, cold weather vegetable. So earlier in the video, you're seeing I'm letting some go to seed, and that's why, because you know, when I rototill that area, they might just come up as volunteers, which I'm okay with. So the only thing is, it gets towards the end of the season, they can get bitter. So that's why you want to make sure you keep picking them so they don't get that bitter. Now what I'll do is I'll just rinse them off in the sink with some cold water. That's just getting dust off them. Just general cleaning. Here we go. And we'll let that drain. And the rest of the vegetables go back to the garden. So much fun. So I'm trying to get everything ready. Start cooking the bacon, which I will do in about 23 minutes. Alrighty. So it's a little after 10 o'clock. I got the skillet going. I'm going to cook me lots of bacon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a bunch of bacon to work. I'm going to bring sliced tomatoes to work. And lettuce. I've already got the bread there. As much as they complain, oh, you bring too much food. Yeah, I'll keep complaining, I don't care. So on the deliveries, I've noticed, and it makes a lot of sense, I'm seeing more canned foods. And, I know you'll find this hard to believe, it seems like everybody's buying at least one mega roll of toilet paper. Now the kids told me that they did have one order that was going out where someone bought a lot of it. Okay, so we have the dock strike going on, which is going to affect things. And of course, lots of people have all sorts of opinions about it and unions and all that other stuff. And yeah, there's a creator on TikTok, a biker. Usually has some pretty good stuff on it. He's obviously anti-union. And, you know, you're allowed to have whatever opinion you want. But the problem is we forget history. Okay? We forget that they used to put, 11-year-old kids in factories and work them 16 hours a day for little to nothing. That they didn't sit there and give benefits to people and stuff like that. And we all forget. So now that's going to inconvenience us by maybe stuff's going to be delayed, might run out of products. Well, now we have some people that are, unions are bad. All right, unions are not good or bad. It's what they are. And remember, when you get news exaggerates. Well, those people are making $200,000 a year, and they want more. Well, your average union worker does not make $200,000 a year, and the ones that do make over $100,000 work 20 to 30 or more hours overtime every week. All right. Now I have a union job. Most of my life I did not. I worked for jobs where there was no benefits, minimum pay. I was young, and that's the skill set I had. I went in the military. All right, provide you all your room and board, little pay. But I knew what I was getting into. I've had sales jobs that if you were good, and I was, you could make really good money. And then I was always confused where ownership had problems with us who made the big money. And I'm like, really? You pay me 15% of the profit, the other 85% of the profit is all yours. So I can't understand why you would have an issue with this. But they did. It was jealousy. People worried about what somebody else is doing instead of worrying about what they're doing causes the majority of problems in the workplace. For example, when I used to work overtime, I used to come in a little bit early so I could leave a little bit early. And somebody had a little problem about that and went and complained. And at the time, you could come in for just 4 hours. Well, that went away because somebody was butthurt. All right? We had another job where they brought in lunch every Saturday and Sunday. Had people complain, oh, burgers again, oh, pizza again, oh, tacos again. It went away. So before you sit there and whine and complain about a situation, first of all, does it affect you directly? If it doesn't, I don't know, maybe keep your mouth shut. All right? If it does, look at what the long term is. Okay? What is this going to cause a week down the road, 2 weeks down the road, a month down the road? Because people have lost benefits and perks because other people in the workplace just gotta complain. You really do. You just gotta complain. I've got 1 or 2 of those on my shift. Just gotta bitch. All right? They should have a can of, but they do. So back to the dock workers. There's a biker guy on TikTok who's, talking about how terrible it is and exaggerating everything about what they want and stuff like that. And that the government should sit there and set the wages. Now this guy doesn't have a job. All right. He can sit there and work at a place, retired now. He does probably some skilled labor out of his workshop. And he does his videos. He's got a big following. So how nice of you to sit there and say, oh, unions are terrible and you don't deserve that much money. Dude, just because you couldn't do it. So when he was 16, he was on a work program and he got bullied by a few union guys. So he's been butthurt about that ever since. I'm sorry he got bullied. Really, it shouldn't happen. But he's talking about how he stood up to him and that. I don't know if he did or not. We've all been bullied. We've all been treated poorly times in our life. You can sit there and hold a grudge for 50 years because, he's kind of in my age group. Or you can grow and move on. Yes, I am ranting. But this should be deep enough in the video where I don't get in trouble. So I'm cooking the bacon. Bacon. They're BLTs. BLT. BLT. I love my BLT. So there is a dock strike. All right. For whatever reason, they want some guarantees. And some of the stuff I've heard against it is just astounding. Well, just have it automated. And another person goes, well, if your job can be replaced by automation, your job wasn't important. How incredibly stupid to say, and ill-advised and short-sighted. Because eventually they can replace every job by automation. What are you going to do for a living? All right. I look at the stuff they have at where I work that's automated, and first I go, I wonder what that machine cost. I wonder what it costs to maintain it. And you still have to have a person pressing some buttons. And was it actually a worthwhile investment? Well, yes, they can work 24/7. They don't work 24/7. They don't run 24/7. They break down often. Need a lot of maintenance. So you buy $1 million machine. Let's say you spend $30,000 a year in maintenance, right, over 10 years. Did it actually save you money? Now, they say, well, eliminate errors. When they're working right, they do. When they don't work right, they just keep making the same error over and over and over. So if you're arguing about automation over having skilled labor or even unskilled labor, you're not thinking at all. Because what are you going to do for a living? What sort of jobs are going to be here? We sent most of our stuff overseas. So now you want to make everything automated? So what are you? Everybody's going to sit home, live off the government? So for this biker to say, have the government set the wages, that's incredibly short-sighted. And he doesn't follow my channels, he's never going to hear it anyway. But I haven't responded to him about this. Saying, that's short-sighted. It's called the socialist country. How do those work? Not very well. I don't care what you feel about it. The proof is in the pudding. I have a cousin who does a lot of tech work in socialist countries, and other places. And he tells me, if you want to get on time somewhere, it ain't going to happen. Why? Because they don't care. There's no incentive to perform better. There's this incentive just to show up and basically do your job. So he said trains are always late, don't run on time, break down often. So he knows if he needs to get to the place at 9 in the morning, he's probably got to leave a lot earlier than that. And here you have a guy who, I'm sorry, but as much as I like some of his content, he's not thinking very clearly. Have the government control the wages? Have the government control your life, your livelihood? What's next? You support digital currency so they control everything about you? Not thinking, just being mad. So there's a lot of opinions out there, a lot of people pro-union, a lot of people against union. That you'll say, well, in the military, they just do, well, the military, you signed up for military, so they're going to have you do anything they can. But I guarantee you, when they bring a freighter in to get it loaded up, yeah, the Navy's not loading it up. Union dock workers are. Yeah, just trying to tell you that. I'd love to get on a live stream with this man and have a good conversation. I think I could teach him a few things if he's willing to learn. A lot of times people are just not willing to learn. The old adage, you lead a horse to water, you can't make it drink. So that's the union thing. Now, if you are down to your last couple rolls of toilet paper, you might want to go and get a mega pack. Just one. I mean, unless there's like 10 people in your family. But you don't need to go buy 10 of them. If your cupboard is there, you might want to get some canned foods. People are doing that. And the young men I was talking to that were loading my vehicle were confused about that. So it's because of the dock worker strike, and they're concerned that things are going to start getting scarce. Now, are they? Well, it depends how long the strike goes on. Now, just because the union goes on strike and wants this, doesn't mean they get this. But they knew if they asked for that, they're going to get that. It's called negotiation. So you ask for this, you're here, you ask for here, you're hoping somewhere in here you'll fall between. We went through a contract last year. We didn't have to strike. We asked for here, they offered here, we said here, they went here, we said, okay, about here, and then this is where we settled. And it was still a raise. Did it keep up with the cost of living? Not by economics days it didn't. But it was a little bit more than what we got. They did address some things that both the union wasn't happy about and both that the company wasn't happy about. So basically, a lot of times, a strike is to get both people a win. You may have to give up something here to get something there. So it's known as making concessions. Yes, I'm going to go on that. My dad was union carpenter for 55 years. They took great care of him and my mom when they got old and had medical bills. Everything got covered. Everything was paid. There was no deductibles. There was nothing. You could not have done that if you had a non-union job that did not have those benefits. It wouldn't have happened. You would have went broke. You would have been denied care or went in the poorhouse paying for that care. So just because the one biker guy is not in a union job and probably doesn't have anything except Medicaid, well, union's hiring. All right? I'm 63 and I'm working for a union. We're looking for people who want to work. So he can get his happy butt and go to work. And if he doesn't want to, well, that's his choice. But when you get on your channel and use your channel to say all the union people are terrible, maybe the leadership. Because the leadership's definitely not in the same thought process as the workers, okay? Just say right now, leadership does not back the Democratic Party, all right? Things just gotten way too crazy. The leadership does, but the workers don't. All right, we don't get those kickbacks. All right, and there's a lot of fake information out there you've got to go through, especially with this hurricane. You see a lot of things that the current administration has denied, and I'll be honest with you, from what I have looked up and really studied, that's fake news too. Now, did they give a lot of money to other countries that are not here? Yes, they did. But to be honest with you, it's not just the Democrats that have done that in the past. So let's be fair on what these things are. What a rant, huh? I hope everybody joins in. It's going to be a premiere later on this evening. It's going to have all sorts of stuff, but this will be really deep in the premiere, so I'll probably get away with this. But then again, when I'm looking at social media and looking at my channel has changed a little bit too. And it's basically the way it is right now. The only reason I'm doing this is because people get motivated by my content. That's basically one reason I'm doing this. It's not for money, as I mentioned yesterday and probably earlier in this broadcast. I think in September I earned $59. So generally about $50-$60 a month is what I earn. So I get paid every other month because you have to earn over $100 before they issue out a check, which is fine. I understand that. But it's not something for me to sit there and go, oh, this is how I'm going to retire. Because it's not. And I know some of these creators on TikTok and stuff like that who have, a million subscribers. And, God bless you. You worked hard to get there. Just like I tell you not to be jealous of, union pay, union jobs. I'm not going to be jealous that you have a big following and make good money. But I am going to sit there and call you out when you say something short-sighted. And I'm using the word short-sighted. Now, maybe they're just doing it because they know this is going to get their views. It's all clickbait. A lot of people do it. I've tried it a little bit on myself, I'm done lifting. Right? Am I? No. And you see that I'm in the gym. But it's that shock, title to get you to come in. Maybe I'll try to think of some shock title for this one. Dock workers on strike, the world's going to come to an end. Well, it's not. But will it inconvenience us for a little bit? Yeah. We'll be inconvenienced for a little bit. Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo. So you're inconvenienced. Seriously. That's the problem is for the majority of us, and especially for those that are going to those, Harvard, Yale, UCLA college, stuff like that, life has been handed to you. All right, life has been too easy. You haven't had to struggle. So what do? You get involved in a cause. All right. Oh, you guys, you old white men are terrible. Yeah, well, us old white men work their ass off. Us old white men, a lot of us, not me, but a lot of us, went to war. I served, but there were no wars going on. I was fortunate. But I know a lot of my cousins. My dad was in two of them, World War II and Korean War. I had a cousin who was in the Vietnam War. I lived with some guys that were in I know a lot of people that have been deployed over in Iraq and Afghanistan. Like I said, managed not to go there. I'm okay with that. But when I served, I was prepared to go. All right. And then you have the ones that went to college. And they're trying to tell me that I have privilege. I'm sorry, but you could, on that one. I have worked hard and still am working hard for everything that I've got, and most of us are. All right. And the other thing they're going to talk about, immigration, you're anti-immigration people. No, we're not. Legal immigration is great. One of the best people I know came over here legally. Yeah, one that runs a Mexican restaurant in Pontiac and Morris, Norland Park. Great people, best people I've ever known. Hardworking, and definitely followed the rules and got here legally and did a business, and they're thriving. All right. Then you got people that just walk across the border and you don't know what they were doing. We got criminals coming across the border and we're not stopping it. Why? Because the party wants votes. Let's call it for what it is. They want votes. And they don't care about what the thing is. I'm arguing with a priest on TikTok. A Catholic priest. It's a cordial argument. He's telling you about who you should vote for. I said, Father, stay in your lane. All right? You're to give spiritual advice, not political advice. That's not your job. Your job is to bring the word of the Lord to your congregation. And his main thing is he's against, Trump over immigration. I said, no, it's not against immigration. It's against unvetted immigration. It's been saying the border you got no control over. And you want to vote the Democratic Party and you're a Catholic priest. And I don't know. I thought we were really against the death of the unborn. Well, however you feel about that, I don't care. But when you belong to an organization, the Catholic Church, Knights of Columbus, things like that, and you say, well, I'm going to vote this way even though they're against everything I believe in, I'm confused. And you got a collar on. Now, he hasn't answered that one back yet. He said, well, I'm just trying to take care of the poor immigrants and stuff like that. Legal immigrants, absolutely. My parents sponsored 6 families from China, Afghanistan, Poland, and Cambodia. 4 of the 6 families stayed here. The other 2, they went back. They just did not like America. But the other 4, great people. Very great people. One from Afghanistan served in our upper military intelligence to help us during times. Very patriotic. They're more patriotic than your college students. So people go, oh, you got to take care of the immigrants. Who are you housing? Are you housing anybody? Did you sponsor any families? There's legal ways to help people. If you didn't, then it's just rhetoric. That's all it is. All right, practice what you preach. My parents went overseas and built churches and hospitals and schools in New Guinea. All right, they practiced what they preached. So, oh boy, so the dock workers. So things are probably, depending on how long it lasts, prices will probably go up again. Some things may get scarce. But you want to know something? I get my eggs locally, just down the road. I can get all the meat I want down the road that direction. All right, I have a well, I have a pond. All right, So, you know, I'm not buying eggs at the store anyway. They're $5 a dozen, and that's before this stock strike. And that's not going to affect eggs and milk at all. Why? Because we don't get them from overseas. Thank God, we get those locally. All right, it's not going to affect meat because the meat is here. What is it going to affect? It's going to affect electronics because rarely are any of those made here now. Clothing. All right, you probably have enough clothes. Toilet paper. Did we make toilet paper here? I don't know. If we make it here, it's not going to affect it. All right? If we had canning places here, it's not going to affect it. It's stuff coming in from other countries. Cars are going to go up in price. Shit, they've already have. All right? Are the parts for those cars going to go up in price? Yes, they are. All right? You're still going to be able to buy food. Pretty sure you're still going to be able to buy toilet paper too. I'll have to check and see where it's manufactured. Where's that mega roll? Let me see if I can find that real quick. Alright. So here we go. You always buy these in quantity, number one, because it's less expensive that way. But let's see if the dock strike is going to affect my ability to get toilet paper from Scott's. Distributed by, out of Wisconsin. Made in the USA. From domestic and imported materials. But I'll get you some of those more imported materials we can probably get domestically. So the dock stop going to keep you from getting toilet paper? It shouldn't. We make it here. We distribute it here. Alright, doesn't need a dock. Alright, what about your canned tuna? Well, distributed out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Not seeing where it's made. So, maybe tuna. I don't know. I have a lot of it. So, there's my second dock strike. You need to buy 10 mega rolls of toilet paper? No, you do not. Alright, we make it here. Alright. With that 75-inch megapixel super ultra quasi HD TV might go up in price. Alright. I got a 50-inch plasma, Samsung. The Zenith went out of business. Why? Well, we all wanted a cheaper TV. Once again, that short-sightedness. I remember selling 50-inch TVs for $10,000. And I'd have $4,000 profit in it. That 50-inch TV now is $2.99, if that. And there's maybe $1 profit. But chances are there's negative profit. There's probably no real profit in TVs anymore. Where's the profit? Netflix. Buying the surge protector. Buying the HDMI cable. They'll make a couple pennies on that. But on the TV, they ain't making a dime. I was in the business. I went through Walmart the other day. I can get a 75-inch TV for under $500. That's amazing. Then we're going to complain about what we're paying dock workers. Come on. Go work for them. Go get a job there. You know, those cranial operators. That's a skilled position. My uncle had a drag line, which was a crane that would send a bucket out and digging dirt. And when he moved with that, it was like an extension of him. It really was. So he spent about an hour teaching me how to do it. First bucket of dirt I brought up, and I let go of the handles, and it hit the water. We had a tidal wave. But oh, can't let go of the handles. But what took me 5 minutes to bring in a scoop, he could do in 30 seconds. That's skilled labor. In Florida, they were using it to actually make land. All right, we're in a lowland area. We're going to dig all the dirt out of the lowland area. We're going to make this area of land. So then we're going to have fresh water, and then we're going to have land. All right. And while he was busy, he made a great living. That's a skilled position. You got to learn how to do it. Now, he lost his hearing pretty much because of it, because it's very loud. Now, you're talking about those huge cranes. Those suckers are humongous. That unload from the docks, and they're moving it around like it's an extension of them. You go, oh, what's this have that automated? Oh, yeah, that sounds safe. Don't see anything going wrong in there. I'm having a field day with this, aren't I? While we're cooking up more bacon, let's cut up some tomatoes. Hopefully I get everybody in a nice riled up situation. All right, that's 2 pounds of bacon here I'm cooking up. I'm probably going to leave some for Mama. Your favorite knife. Yeah, I guess I'll use this one. While I'm doing that, let's cut up some tomatoes. Let me keep a little sharpener here. So I can sit there and tag it with a super sharp blade. And because I have so much of this, oh, let me turn that a little bit. Get me back in the center of focus here. Ooh, man, look at it. Nothing beats a beefsteak tomato. Now, don't worry about waste. But I have so many. Like I said, what I don't eat goes back into the garden. Oh, that was so sweet. So I'm thinking 6 maters is going to be plenty for work. Probably more than I need, but I'd rather have extra than not enough. That's at least my feeling on that. There we go, there's the covers. I picked up these Tupperwares, they were on clearance. Each stack of these were only $1. So I definitely went for it. So I've got those there. Now I just need the lettuce. I do have more of these. I just don't know where the covers are. There, but I'm over here. So I can see them freak out when I bring this in today to eat. Oh, he's bringing more stuff in. cry, make your mother sigh. You know you ought to know better. Cry, baby, why? It's a Beatles song. Always try to clean as I go. Now what I do is, if there's any extra water, I have the napkins to basically absorb it. So, glass is usually used to minerals and vitamins. That'd probably be enough. The rest I will put in here. Some mama. Try to have some bacon for her too. So lettuce, tomatoes, bacon's cooking. I got the bread at work. Get this flipped over. I got plenty of bacon for me, but I do want to sit there and have some bacon for Mama. She can cut the tomatoes, and I'll put the bacon in the microwave. And the extra lettuce in the fridge. So yeah, this is going to be kind of a long one, but go ahead and pop and chat what you think about everything. Am I way off on this doc thing? Am I, John, you crazy? You crazy old man, what are you doing? Let's get back in the gym. Or have I been pretty accurate? Inquiring minds want to know. Go and get that packed up. So it's kind of nice to get some real cooking done. Not worrying about if I keep looking at the app. I'm going to turn that back on here pretty quick. Once I get down the rest of this bacon. Got that burner on low. Man, is it going everywhere. There's the bacon. Now I still have some cheese and meat at work. But this is going to be my treat. Keep this in front of everybody. Going, good. Look what I got. You can't have it. I'm going to take my toys and go home. So, don't sweat the stack, the stack strike too much on essentials like food and water. That's not coming through a dock. So you'll be fine. For your things like TVs and stuff like that, so if you're planning on getting a TV, get it today. Alright? I got 3 TVs at work. I think I even got one in reserve. So that's something I need. So if you're thinking about, man, you know, I want to go get that 75 inch TV for $4.99, well, you might want to get it now. Because those are some of the things that will get impacted. Your electronics, your clothing, things like that. Most of the canned foods come from China that you probably don't want anyway. Their quality control is not like ours. So don't panic. Maybe pick up 1 mega roll of toilet paper just to have it. It's not like they'll use any excuse to raise prices and still go out and enjoy life. I tell you what, on TikTok, I can only stay on TikTok for about 2-3 minutes. There's just so much stupidity on there. People who think their opinions mean everything and I'm more and smarter than you because of this and you're this and that. Jeez. Things they would never say if they were face to face. Never. But boy, they get behind that keyboard on TikTok, they are the most hateful people. People out there sitting there celebrating those who died in a hurricane. Just how low life are you? I would never celebrate the death of anybody. Alright? Telling you who you should vote for. If you support this candidate, hear this. Just my opinion. It seems the party of intolerance and understanding is neither. They are the worst. Not that their side is much better when it comes to politics. Politics is about power. This some are more open about it than others. So I might have some walk around the farm and stuff like that. We'll see what happens once I turn the amp on. But otherwise, everybody have a wonderful day. It's almost the weekend. One more day. One more day. Let's see if I can catch that hawk again. Yep, there he goes. Kind of sticking around. I must think it's a target-rich environment. That's pretty cool. Alrighty, it's 11 o'clock. I have made 2 deliveries. I have went to the garden, picked veggies, watered the garden, made my shake, cooked BLTs, and now I'm heading back out, trying to get to the gym, get a workout in. And maybe pick up another job or 2, we'll see. So if all goes well, the next video part of this live awesome, fantastic, stupendous premiere will be me in the gym lifting weights. Wish me luck. Either way. Alrighty, so here I am at the gym. Feel a little sluggish, but let's lift anyway. So this is time to warm up. Did have a little bit of a rant earlier, but that's kind of why I try to stay off of TikTok. It's like a perfect example. It just makes you angry. Listen to these idiots. I got the app running, see if I can pick up a job. But until then, I'm gonna get some sets in. I don't know how heavy I'll go, as I'm feeling a little lethargic. Sometimes getting up early works for you, sometimes it works against you. And then there's been times where I've come in the gym feeling kind of weak and ever, and end up having a great workout. So you never know. Even when you feel tired or worn down, still come to the gym and lift. Chances are pretty good, and you'll be glad you did. And you end up leaving feeling far better than you did when you first got there. Get that blood moving, get everything rolling. So usually when I feel this way, when I feel a little, sluggish or whatever, I do more warm-up sets, kind of get the blood moving. Then chances are, by the time that somebody actually shows up that can spot me, I've got all that energy flowing through me. But worst case scenario is I don't go heavy, but I still get some work in. I can feel that I'm getting my size back. The shirts are starting to get tight again. Because you take time off, you're gonna get smaller. But the thing with it is, it's muscle memory. It doesn't take as long to get it back. Not even close. So I know every time I'm on a comeback, people go, "Oh my God, you're going up 5 pounds a week." It's unbelievable. Well, yes and no. I'm regaining the 5 pounds a week. I've been there before, so this is not my first time being at it. It ain't my second time, it ain't my third time, it ain't my fourth time. I've been at this level many times, so the muscle's there. It just needs to get re-strengthened. I don't need to build new muscle. I just need to strengthen the muscle I already have there and get it to its full potential. And that's kind of how that works. So we're going to do a lot of warm-ups, kind of go that route, and put this down as a premiere later on this evening. Since I really don't have any work to do, that's fine too. Well, they don't try to have me go do something else, and I'll be resistant. I'll say, "Listen, so-and-so hasn't done anything all week, so send them to that job." So he'll go, "Oh, I don't want to do it." Well, sometimes I don't want to do it. Well, we're at this premiere of Pontiac. Let's keep ourselves a booming and a grooving. The trick is just to keep loading up the bar. Since I went that far, let's continue on down. Hopefully I won't get nailed with that music going on. So the whole idea is just keep at it, keep pushing, keep going, and enjoy life. Alrighty, so I don't know if you can see it, probably can't unless I take it over more. Yeah, 185 now. The idea is just to keep pushing it until the body says, "Okay, good enough." So what I'm doing is banking my energy. Got a few more little sluggish, so I'll still do the weights, just not as many reps. Then I'll see how I do it on the way down. And that's when I decide to hit it harder. Job walking. I did put the left down for a full hour before getting stuff done at home. Then I had to worry about getting interrupted while I was cooking. And sometimes you get work at night, and maybe once a week I catch something, for $20 or so. That's a pretty nice way to go home. For $20 on the way home, that's pretty decent, but once a week if I'm lucky, it'll click on. If not, I don't worry about it too much. So let's get rested and get ready for the next one. Okay, 225. Okay, right for a couple, we'll go 275. Let's add some more. As we have to keep it in here. And you can either say, oh, sluggish. You know, some couch lazy boy and fall asleep. Wake up. Still sluggish. Work. Sluggish. You be mad at yourself. If you didn't get in the gym. Laid on your butt instead. But I know that's how I feel when I do that. And I did miss the gym yesterday, but I was working to earn money. So I will excuse it for that from time to time. But instead of taking half hour nap at 11 o'clock, and then try to get so we got cooking, we got everything packed. Came to the gym. So I started out with 95, went to 135, went to 185, went to 2.25. My next will be 275. Even if I do get an offer between now and then, so I still have time to do it. But generally because I'm so close to the store, I generally have about a 5 to 10 minute time before I even have to head for it. When I'm 20 minutes away, it's like they're now. They know where you are because of the end. So 275 will be the next one. All right, so speaking of if an offer came, one came. So I got Gavin here from Fitness Premier, he didn't spot me. And I'm just going to try to do a couple extra reps before I head to my delivery job. How many was that? 10. All right. 7 out of 10, I'll take it. So remember, rest, as he spells, nutrition, proper exercise, hydration. Okay, so I got my, at least I got my set of 10 in at 275. Feel pretty good about that. I think that's the first time I've done it for a set of 10 in quite a while. So I'll take that as a workout. I'm now out to Ridley to do a job, and then it'll probably be time to come back and get to work. But I'm feeling pretty about the workout I did sneak in, and I hope everybody's enjoying the premiere. I know I did have a bit of a rant. Sometimes it's needed. I just gotta learn to stay off TikTok. It's just such a silly place anyway. So I hope everybody does well. Trying to figure out this guy, he's going to pass me, and he pulled over to the side like a quarter mile behind me. I guess he wanted to make sure he cleared it really well. Guess safe than sorry. So it's Thursday. I'll have this premiere probably pop up around 5 o'clock Central Time. I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I should be back on the videos by Friday. Once again, check out my other channel, MacBean's Farms, Prepping, and Wildlife. I'm trying to get that to 1,000 so I can make a couple more pennies during the month. You know, trying to survive these days of Bidenomics.
reminding everybody, don't worry about the dock strike unless you're wanting to buy a big screen TV and that. That's about all it affects. So if you were thinking about it, now would be the time. So, rest, nutrition, proper exercise, hydration, safety, just get in the gym and lift. Treat yourself well.
Go to work. I just don't feel right. Just gonna do some really quick warm-ups. Actually, over here, that spot. Special surprise. So I went to Ridley, did a delivery, came back and did shopping, and I delivered to Pleasant. I said, you know, I still have time to get in here and throw a little bit more weight. Sometimes that's what you gotta do. Just get here and stand the torpedoes full speed ahead. It's 11,275, so it's got so I'm just doing it. Are you leaving?
Yeah. Shit. Been here for an hour plus.
Well, I was here, and then I got a job, so I did it. I did so 275.
What's that spot before I go?
Yeah. So I'll just do it real quick. Usually I take a little bit more of a break, but so I'm gonna knock one or two out last. I got support here. Thank you.
Very welcome.
No, that's all right. Okay. See you in the garage sale tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, Shinoa, you're here tomorrow. I was just sitting here with you.
I might do Graceville Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, tomorrow morning, right here, Shinoa and Ridley.
Have a good day, bro. You too, man. Thank you. So, I got my 315 in. Now I can go to work. Feel happy. This didn't feel right. At least doing 3 wheels. Just give it 5 minutes to leave. I kinda gotta take it when I have the spotters. Oh, triple. A little bit of a break. I have to, I think. Now I can feel like I truly did a workout. So, always remember, just get in the gym and lift. And if you can't do a long workout, do 2 workouts. A short one, or a long one, or a medium and a short one. So 275 by 10, which was kind of a new PR after the injury. So I really feel that strength is coming. Yeah, did I have a 375 in me today? Who knows? It's not important. I got the work in, so I didn't lose anything. And you know, maybe Saturday I'll catch somebody in here that's big enough to spot me, or I'll just wait until Monday. You know, one thing is I got in and I got some work done. So just a quick 135, 2 1/4, 315. And like I said, with not getting that 3-4 minute break in, knocking out 315 for a triple, I feel pretty good with it. Used to have more guys in around this time for spotters, but kind of the curse of a small gym. But you still do what you can do. I mean, I got Michael at home gym knocking out 405 on the bench and 435 on the squat, 500 on the deadlift. So that's huge numbers. So I hope everybody enjoyed the premiere. Kind of a glimpse into the life of MacBean Scottish Fitness. Kind of give you an idea how active I try to stay. I just feel like I get my day's worth in, and I get my weekend's worth in. Not there isn't time just to sit and veg. You know, if it's freezing rain out there and nothing to do, then I'll fire up the old Fallout 3 or Fallout 4, and I can play maybe 45 minutes of it. It's about 45 minutes, hour tops. And then it's like, okay, gotta do something different. Reading a book, I just read a book. I managed to pace it between, I think, 3 days. Usually I'll just sit down and 2 hours later I'm done. My daughter's book, The Academy of the Dead, is coming out. I'll try to put a link in there. It's available on Amazon yet, but it should be available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble's pretty quick. And once I hit 12,000 subs, I think that'll be my giveaway to some lucky person. And if you're not into that type of books, because it's probably more for the female, and yes, I know what a female is, you know, probably between the ages of about 18 and 45, it is adult. Then you could always use that as a present, or I'll give you an either or, the book or one of my shirts. We'll figure it out. So everybody, thanks for joining in. Thanks for sticking around, supporting the channel. You know, my core people, I really appreciate your day-to-day engagement of this channel, and I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful weekend.